Hello and welcome back to my channel. ازيكم عاملين ايه? It's been a while. Um, Oops. Nope. Okay. If you don't already know, my name is Mimo and I teach both English and Egyptian Arabic, but these days I've been focusing more on Egyptian Arabic. And today I decided to answer some questions that I usually get on my Instagram page. If you haven't already followed my Instagram, I post daily, or not every day, but sometimes it's every day, maybe 5 or 6 times a week. And it's just a new word or a simple sentence, something very short and easy to learn. It's so much easier than YouTube. YouTube takes a lot of time to make a video. So if you haven't already, good morning. If you haven't already joined my Instagram, it's called Egyptian Arabic Mimo. Okay, just write Egyptian Arabic Mimo all together, one word, and you should find my Egyptian Arabic Instagram page. I think it's the only, I don't know if it's the only one on Instagram, but I think there's like a couple, but I have the best one, I know. Okay, so the question that I usually get, and it's something that I always answer uh, for each and every person. I just want to say here so that everybody can see it, is that when I post something, people usually ask me, how do I say this as a female or as a male? And I know this can be confusing since Arabic is gender based, but there's only there's, there's only a bunch of cases where it's different between males and females speaking. Okay, so the big difference is in adjectives. Okay, so when you say, for example, uh, I am what as an adjective, I am thin or I am fat, tall, short. Those words that describe yourself, those are different. Okay, because since there's a male version of the word and a female version of it, so you have to use that. But when you're using verbs, it's usually the same. Okay, so let me give you an example. If I want to say that I am tall, for example, the word for tall is tawil. Tawil, tall, tall, tawil, tall, tawil. Kind of similar, right? So tawil, tawil, and this is now an adjective. It's a word that describes, okay? So as a female, if you say ana tawil, now it's missing. It's missing the feminine ending because it's an adjective and you're describing yourself as a female speaking if you're a female. So you would have to add the ta marbuta. If you already know the Arabic letters, then you should know that when there's a circle with two dots on top, or even without the dots, at the end of the word, now it's feminine, okay? If this is in the word. But if it's not there, then it's masculine, okay? So how can I make an adjective feminine? You just add this circle with two dots on top, and this is called te marbuta. There's a letter called t. Looks like a boat with two dots, okay? T, 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 t. But marbuta means it's tied into a knot, okay? So it's the boat, but then we tied the boat into a knot. So now it's called te marbuta. Marbuta means tied, okay? So when the word ends with ta marbuta, it's feminine. So ana tawil. Ana tawil. This means I am tall as a male speaking. But as a female, ana tawila. Ana tawila. La. You just let some air out. Ana tawila. Tawila. Okay. So this is the first case where we are different when we're speaking, okay, as a male speaking or as a female speaking. The second case is when we use the verbs that are describing something which are happening right now, the continuous verbs. Okay, they're also considered adjectives sometimes. Okay, I don't really have a nice word for it, but it's the verb that lets you know that something is happening right now, not something that happens usually as habit or a fact. Okay, for example, before I say, if you see my videos and stuff, you would know that verbs usually begin with bi. In Egyptian Arabic, they begin with bi, the verbs. And when I start my verbs with bi, this is something that I usually do every day or every week. It's a fact or a habit. Okay, fact or a habit. And sometimes, sometimes those verbs that begin with bi can also describe something which is happening right now. Okay, but if the verb begins with bi, it's the same for feminine and masculine, which means me saying this verb is the same as a female saying this verb. So when is the verb different for a female or a male speaking? It's different when the form of the verb is different. Let me give you an example. Okay, so let's say the word walk. Okay, so the word for walk, I walk every day. I would say أنا بمشي, and I'm writing here in the chat box. أنا بمشي كل يوم. أنا بمشي كل يوم. كل means every, يوم means day. أنا بمشي كل يوم. I walk every day. As a female, you would say the same thing. But if you want to say that you're walking in the street right now, the word bamshi, it's different now. It has a different form. So you would say أنا ماشي. أنا ماشي في الشارع. أنا ماشي, I'm walking. في means in. the شارع, street. أنا ماشي في الشارع. And as a female, it's going to be different now. Okay, because the form of the verb is different. So a female would say أنا ماشية. We added the same ha at the end. The same ha we added for an adjective. Okay, so أنا ماشية في الشارع. If you want to say all of this together, like a native speaker, أنا ماشية في الشارع. Could be difficult, maybe. أنا ماشية في, and then L together is fil. أنا ماشية في الشارع. أنا ماشية في الشارع. I'm walking in the street as a female. As a male, أنا ماشي في الشارع. So we said with adjectives and with the verbs that describe something happening right now. Okay, I think those are the only two cases where speakers are different. Male speakers are different than female speakers. Those are the only, maybe it could be the only, I'm not sure right now in my mind, but those are the only two cases that are different from male speakers and female speakers as a speaker. But when you're addressing somebody, when you're speaking to someone, it's always different. Okay, so when you're speaking to a male is different than a female, different than a group of people. All right, ABC 1 2 3. هلا من كرواتيا. بتكلم عربي شوية. أنا عايز أدرس مصري اللهجة. Good. Your Arabic is good. Okay. All right, so this is the most common question that I get on my Instagram. People always ask me as a female, how can I say this? I post, for example, short video, 5 seconds or something with a sentence, and then people ask me, how can I say this as a female? And I always tell them it's the same. So it's the same when the verb is with be, but if the verb has a different form, then we can add the feminine ending. And usually in my videos, if the word does have a feminine version, I add it so that people don't get confused. Maybe I forget sometimes, but now you know when there's a feminine version and when there's a masculine version as a speaker, okay? Because in Arabic, the speaker, okay, there are both male and female. And the receiver of the words or whatever, everything is different. When you say, for example, you, there's you for female, there's you for male, there's you for plural, and then he, and then she, and they. So each and every one is different. So you can find those differences in my videos. Okay. Also, the next YouTube video, I was planning to make it about conjugations in the past. Okay, and I've been thinking about something, or I've been thinking about an easy way to help you understand how the verb is conjugated, and to be able to, predict the correct pronunciation on your own, even without listening or to the word, like even without hearing the word before, because sometimes you know that when you say he, it ends with t, and when you say she, it ends with blah blah and all this. But when you see the actual verb and then you try to put it together, it doesn't really work. So I've been thinking of a way to make it simple for you to know like how to pronounce it. And I think it's coming together nicely. So when I figure this out and I write down everything, I'll make a video, and it'll be soon, hopefully, this week. And that's it. That's it. Just if you haven't already followed my Instagram page, make sure you do. This is what it looks like, my Instagram. I don't know if you can see from, it's too bright. There. Still too bright. Yeah. Too bright. Oh, what now? Yeah, it's better now. Yeah. So this is my Instagram page, Egyptian Arabic Mimo. Sometimes people send me messages with questions in them. I always answer my messages, and I try to make it as easy as possible. Sometimes people ask me to have lessons. Sometimes I'm free, sometimes I'm not free, so it will depend on your time zone, because people have very different time zones sometimes, so it's hard to do it. Write it in the chat, please. I will follow you. Egyptian Arabic Mimo. I prefer questions on Instagram because it's easier to answer you on Instagram. Sometimes on YouTube, when you get too many comments, sometimes they don't give you notifications. So I just go on YouTube and randomly find new comments that I haven't seen before or I haven't been notified of. So this is why sometimes I may not be able to answer everything on YouTube. But when it's on Instagram and you send me a message or leave a comment, I can see it easier. Yes, and that's it. If there are no questions, I'm going to end this session right now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. مع السلامة.